Man, I tell you what, they cannot write sitcoms this well, okay? You know, I watch, Big Bang Theory will come on my TV and the laugh track, it's just so awful. It's not funny, there's no jokes, and I turn it off immediately. If you like the Big Bang Theory, well, that's too bad, I hate it. But I'll tell you what really does make me laugh. It's stories like this. LeBron James criticizes Daryl Morey's decision to send controversial Hong Kong tweet. Before I give you the punchline of this wonderful, wonderful, insane sitcom reality joke, let me just give you some context. In Hong Kong, there was a 15-year-old girl who was found dead. Very tragic, and people are very concerned as to how that ended up happening. Some people suspect foul play. Protests are escalating. They're fighting for free speech. They're fighting for sovereignty. It's a complicated problem. But I'll put it this way. Communist China is no friend of ours. They're detaining, 1.5 million Uyghurs, or about 1 million Muslims who have been detained in actual camps where reportedly there's torture going on. And even, look, you gotta fact check this one but organ harvesting? Dude, China is trying to seize more and more territory, expand in the South China Sea. They're building military bases. They're building coal power plants, okay? They're a friend to not the left nor the right. LeBron James comes out defending China? Now, you might be laughing right there because it's funny, right? How insane do you have to be? Daryl Morey supported the Hong Kong protests. The NBA started bending over backwards, but I will tell you what I love so much. You know what, man? I'm grateful for China to an extent, for exposing the hypocrisy so bold. The other day in a video, I talked about hypocrisy levels, like Goku going Super Saiyan. This is, you know, hypocrisy blue, if you're familiar with the reference. This is like hypocrisy to the top level. You ready for the punchline? I hope you love this one. While LeBron James is giving an interview saying Daryl was uninformed and, you know, he's having a negative impact on people's lives and people could get hurt from this. And I stand with Colin Kaepernick. LeBron defends former NFL star for raising issues nobody wanted to listen to. Wait, what? What? LeBron James defends Colin Kaepernick kneeling for the national anthem. But when someone's talking about the violent suppression of protesters' freedom of speech, Muslims being detained in concentration camps, Hong Kong fighting for free expression and sovereignty, he's like, whoa, hold on. I didn't think these protests were going to hurt my pocketbook. I got no problem when it's the NFL, but don't you point that at me and make me lose money. It's so easy for him to say that. Now I'll be fair. He said he would personally stand for the national anthem. Yeah, I get it. But you're sitting here defending Kaepernick and the controversy around all these protests. You know what, man? This is the point I want to make. Daryl Morey's initial statement standing with Hong Kong. Good for you. Good for you pushing back on these big international conglomerates that are trying to get some of that green from China. I'm sorry, man. Human rights abuses need to be called out. I don't care if it comes from the US or China, but for the time being, you know, the United States doesn't have Muslim concentration camps. You get all these people angry about Trump and he must be impeached. It's like, okay, dude, listen, man. When the government that's rounding up its own citizens and locking them in camps where their organs are being harvested, again, fact check that. I'm trying to be hyperbolic, but that seems crazy, right? There's a big difference between people choosing to come here and then being kicked out versus citizens of China being rounded up into re-education centers. So let's be real, okay? But what is this? You know the point I made, the other day was when some people went to a game, I think it was in Philadelphia, holding up, they were wearing shirts saying Free Hong Kong, and they were holding up signs saying Google Uyghurs, and they got kicked out. And here's the funny thing. I said, if they were holding up a sign that said impeach Trump, nobody would have batted an eye. Nobody would have cared. There would have been no complaints, no security. And this is proof that LeBron James feels secure in his revenue stream when he supports Kaepernick's protest. Now, that's a divisive American issue. You'd think that would be more worrisome to his pocketbook. But you know what they're probably thinking? Listen, man. How many Trump-supporting conservatives are going to go out and buy his shoe and buy his jersey? A decent amount, but you know what? Not too much. And the other issue is he's making a choice. You've got American citizens on the left and the right, and he's going to pick whichever one he thinks is going to make him the most money. So he's like, you know what, man, Kaepernick, you do your thing. I support your highlighting these issues nobody wanted to listen to. What about the issues of Hong Kong and China? Well, hold on. That's the whole country. You see where this goes. And they're doing exhibition games in China. So now he's like, wait. I can offend one small market if it protects my larger market. And I'm willing to bet this all comes down to the fact that most urban Americans probably aren't paying attention and probably don't care. And I have seen people defending LeBron James being like, oh, look, he made a poor, uninformed statement. What do you think LeBron said about Daryl Morey? It's literally what he said. Let's read. LeBron, let me find his quote. He was asked about, Daryl Morey's tweet, fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong. He said, I don't want to get into a feud with Daryl Morey, but I believe he wasn't educated on the situation at hand and he spoke. Oh, really, James? Before the Lakers hosted the Golden State Warriors for a preseason game Monday in comments that drew criticism from American politicians, so many people could have been harmed, not only financially, but physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. Oh, heavens. You know what, man? Let's stop. I'm sorry, LeBron. You're right. I think we should immediately send an envoy over to those concentration camps full of Uyghurs and let them know that we're not going to say anything about what's going on because people could hurt financially. And I'm really sorry that your government is stealing your organs and locking you up for re-education and calling you derogatory terms for your faith. But LeBron could be hurt financially. So doesn't that sound insane? How about we talk about it as much as we can? How about we point out human rights abuses and ongoing civil unrest in other areas where people are being suppressed and oppressed? Now, let's be real. The situation in Hong Kong and China is extremely complicated. I'm not going to pretend like it's black and white. That's silly. But LeBron certainly wasn't educated, and it's hilarious for him to be like, I stand with Kaepernick, and then come out here and be like, whoa, you could hurt us financially. And then he goes, but physically, emotionally, spiritually, you mean like the people right now fighting against communist China? Come on, dude, don't play those games, man. You don't know what's going on. You shouldn't speak up. I'd have no problem if you said, I'm really sorry, man. I just don't know enough about this international politics stuff. I'd have been like, I hear you, dude. I really do hear you. There's so many people who don't know what's going on. And the best thing you could probably say is, if you don't want to be involved, it's just like, dude, I honestly don't know. We can get into it. I think LeBron could have easily come out and say, I'm not a politics guy. It's not I don't engage in diplomacy. I'm not Dennis Rodman, for instance. And that would have been fine. And I would have been like, I respect that, right? There have been some people who have come out and said, I think it was like Steph Curry saying he just didn't know about it. And I'm like, respectable. And the easiest way to avoid controversy is just to say, dude, I don't watch the news all day, every day. I'm training. I'm in high tier sports. Fine. But you come out here and you say we could have been hurt financially, physically, emotionally. Like, are you talking about the people, like the kid who got shot in the chest by the cop? Are you talking about the girl who died? Like, what are you talking about? Are you talking about you personally, a super wealthy, top 1% global, citizen who wants to make sure his pocketbook is safe from China's angry little hands? He says, just be careful what we tweet, what we say, and what we do. Yes, we have freedom of speech, but there can be a lot of negatives that come with that as well. Sometimes social media is not always the proper way to go about things as well. Dude, you literally defended Colin Kaepernick over his protests. There were consequences to what he did, and you didn't care. You said, I stand with Kaepernick. Again, I want to make sure I'm clear. He did say he would personally stand. I don't want to make it seem like he was literally involved in these protests. Some people have made like meme videos or like a meme photo where he's kneeling for the national anthem, but then like saluting China. It's like, no. He said he would stand for the national anthem. Okay, I can respect that. But let's be honest. You can't support protests and then all of a sudden turn around when someone talks about a different country and be like, whoa. And we can see it right here. We see what he's really thinking. It's like, man, I'm going to lose money, dude. I don't want to lose money. I get paid a lot of money from China. And that is terrifying. Money talks. That's scary, isn't it? That your freedoms can be usurped by these spineless individuals who are concerned only that they make money. And that is the big problem we've been facing as a country for a long time. People like LeBron James, who are willing to sell out human rights in exchange for cold hard cash. Yup. You want to talk about a grifter, okay? You want to talk about, you get these activists accusing, political commentators and journalists of being grifters. Are you kidding me, dude? It's funny when people say this about me, especially because I'm like, man, I would love nothing more than to stream World of Warcraft all day, or Hearthstone, or Minecraft. I could play video games all day and make a ton more money. Politics is difficult. It's demonetized. It's deranked. I can make a Minecraft channel. I can make a van channel and make more money. I don't do this because it's lucrative. I do it because I'm passionate about these issues and I'm concerned about what's going on in our world and I want to see it better. And I can respect all the other political commentators and the ones who disagree with me because that's true. Now, I'll be honest, man. I know there are political commentators who are grifters. Of course. You'd be insane to think that there aren't people who are trying to, look for a path of least resistance. And there you go. But in this, actually, there's a really interesting thing from Chris Hayes. Respect to Chris Hayes. You may be thinking, whoa, MSNBC guy. But yes, he talks about how powerful people want to take the path of least resistance. And that means when hard questions are asked, they say, I don't want to engage. It's too complicated. It's too hard. It's too difficult. Dude, I'm willing to bet, based on the past few videos I've done, I will never set foot in China. You know what? Fine, whatever, man. And it's dangerous. It is. Because when we, stepping out politically, exposing yourself. This is why so many people on YouTube use cartoon avatars, because it puts you at risk. Again, ask me, why would anybody want to do this unless they really, really cared about it? I could be playing Minecraft with a cartoon avatar face making more money. No, you know who I am. You know my name. In fact, someone even showed up to my house once. All right? It's not an easy thing to do. Not for most people. Depends on if you really, really want to do it. LeBron James clearly doesn't. He clearly wants to say what he thinks is popular enough for him to protect his money. And when it comes to this issue, even though the U.S. as a whole will probably, like most people, are going to be like, dude, what? Like, he's getting fried on social media. People are coming after him. Here's the thing. Sorry, dude. China has more people. That means more games, more sales. Check it out. You got, like 1 billion people in China? Let's say 1% buys your shoe. It's a lot of shoes. But we only got, 180, you got 1 billion. Let's do the 330 million in the U.S. Because I know there's a lot of kids. Let's say only 1% of them buys shoes. Yeah, guess what? 3 times the sales. So I think you know who they're going to side with. They're going to side with whoever's fluffing their pocketbook. They're going to side with whoever is lining their pockets with gold. When it comes to the Kaepernick issue, they're sitting there thinking, I don't care about these conservatives. Now, there is a small proportion of conservatives buying our gear in the first place. I'll tell you what, though, urban liberals are coming to these games in the stadiums and buying tickets, buying food. That's who I'm going to support. So guess what? Guess what to those who are supporting these athletes who pretended to care about politics? What do you think happens when the favorable market is going to be China? All of a sudden, you're going to find him being like, well, maybe people should be in education camps. So you got to be informed on the issue. It's complicated. There's nuance. No, dude. Human rights are human rights. That means when the United States is sending drones overseas and soldiers overseas, and that includes when China is detaining its own citizens. And we can be critical of all of it, but let's be real. One is obviously worse than the other. Substantially worse. We live in a country with one of the most freest countries in the world, if not the most. We have a constitution that protects the citizens' right to own weapons. As much as people want to get rid of it, I get it. But we have a Bill of Rights. We have to make sure we fight to protect our freedoms. But you know what happens? There are people like Lebron that don't care about you. They don't care about people like us. They don't care about how we live. All they care about is making sure their pockets are lined with gold. And that's a terrifying reality, man. I got to admit. Because I'll tell you what, as China encroaches, their power grows, and they expand into Africa and South America, and they start competing with Western interests, all of a sudden you see high-profile individuals start shaking in their boots as their boots fill up with urine because, they're scared. Oh, no. Oh, what will China do to me? Too bad, dude. I'll tell you what, man. The day that everything comes crashing down, I have no fear. I don't care if I end up living in a van down by the river. I don't care if I have to build a mud hut down by the river. You will not see me sacrifice my principles. Period. I have no problem calling out the U.S. war machine as well as the Chinese war machine, but I think it's fair to say that one is substantially worse, and that's the point. You can't play this game where you're like, go ahead and protest, but oh no, not China. Whatever, man. You get the point. Isn't it funny? I hope South Park makes an episode about this one. Props to the South Park guys, because they said it better than anybody. We too, like the NBA, like money more than freedom. Yeah, full stop. I like freedom more than money. I would rather walk around walk through the mountains with a backpack, little canteen of water, and nothing else. Just the clothes on my back if it meant I was free and I could speak my mind and I would stand on my own 2 feet, than to bow for an oppressive regime. I'll see you guys at 1 p.m. in the next segment on this channel.